Hey guys, I got a completely blank page, and at the end of this video, it's gonna look something like this. I know it's a little bit blurred out, guys, but let's get to sketching. I'm thinking of going with maybe a daylily design that ends up being scary looking. This sucks, but I've got an idea. Okay, so this plant here is not no ordinary plant. This is the ground. Obviously, these are the roots. Why are the roots out of the ground? It is ripping itself out of the ground. It is swatting flies. It is killing this worm, or at least holding it up in the air where it shouldn't be. And the daylilies are going to be facing outward. Those are unopened daylily flowers. And obviously, the grass-like part of the daylily is going to have some serious life to it. Those are the arms and everything, but the roots as well. The roots are alive. And then down here in the soil, you might have like dead animals or something like that. Bones, at least, not dead animals. Probably just, bones, I guess, which would be a dead animal, but you know what I mean. The flies. And there's this one. He's like, oh my gosh, in all my 3 days of living, I ain't seen no daylily looking like that. And then there's a worm. It's screaming for his friend, like, help me. I'm just a worm. But then his worm friend is saying, I'll save you. And he's poking up out of the ground. And then there's some dead fish, like I said I would draw maybe. And so, yeah, I just gotta pretty much figure some details out. And then maybe even just go right into Procreate and start drawing. From now on, it's probably going to be mostly a voiceover of some sort, but look at that. I'm going to edit this some more and probably change his face potentially. I'm not sure, but now I'm going to work on the colors of this worm just so I have something complete. But look at that guy. He's so happy for no reason at all. I think this shows a little bit better emotion. Well, if the rest of the drawing don't look good, at least the worm's pretty realistic for a worm. Voiceover time. I started by drawing the roots. Here's me skipping ahead and then going back. There's the roots. You saw them drawn a second ago. Started by drawing the roots. Started by drawing that little worm there. And so yeah, this is straight up tracing. I pretty much uploaded the drawing to Procreate. It's only like $6 to buy or whatnot, and it's got tons of tools and stuff. I drew the worm. I changed its mouth. As you can see, I uploaded a picture of a worm so I can use the colors and just kind of drag and drop or use those things and, do that. I shaded a little bit, and then I pretty much added in the white, like, shininess to it. And then I uploaded a picture of a daylily. Very important that you use references. And I used like 4 different colors, actually maybe 3 colors for the roots. And then I took a break, started drawing the leaves, and over here you can see I didn't even have the little teeth, the little rips out of the leaves in the sketch, but then I added them into Procreate. I also have the leaves kind of going around that one fly, the other one's kind of swatting at it on the left. So this plant is like living. I drew the little fish there as well. Used like 3 or 4 different colors of green, little shades, and basically did the outlines. Check that out. Those are closed so you can see their eyes, but then when they open up, you can see their mouths and teeth. I also decided to go with red with the peach center. A lot of daylilies are that color. I've got a few that are red, and those ones are particularly nice. So you can see the teeth drawn in there. The pollen is on the little tongues. That's how you can take the pollen and breed new daylilies in real life. Also drew that little fly really quick and drew the other one. I drew them other little closed daylilies there. I probably should have made those bigger. Drew more flowers, but at this point I think I was doing some details, and then I think I started drawing the leaves and finishing up what I started. I like to just do a little bit of everything and then kind of get an idea of what the drawing will look like. I used some dark brown for the dirt and then used blue to see what the sky would look like. And you can also check out my other videos. I got another video just like this with a debatably better drawing than this. And at this point, I was drawing a worm. I'm going to go back and show you the worm. It's a little bit blurry, but I will show you it a little bit more zoomed in and bigger with better detail in a second. So it's a worm that's sleeping under the ground, and obviously it's got disease and it's got drool coming out of its mouth because it is deep asleep. Like literally, it's deep under the ground, deep asleep. I struggle with the way I was going to draw this worm, but using the same colors as the previous one. His eyes, I changed the eye position, and that one over there, I edited it a little bit better, and then I made it bigger than this at the end. You'll see that in a second, but he's a little bit lighter brown because he's in his little wormhole. And then that one saying, "I'll save you," to his little friend who's like terrified because he's being held up in the air and he's just a worm. At this point, I fixed it, adjusted the sizes and stuff, and I'll probably edit this a little bit more. I don't know if that's going to make it in this video, but at this point, it's basically done. So thank you guys for watching. Here's another clip of the finished product. And here it is, guys. This is a daylily gone crazy, gone wild, gone vicious. I don't know what words to use. It is just a heck of a lot more angry than what it was before. It was tired of the conditions that it was in, and it ripped itself out of the dirt. I'm going to probably add some more stuff to this drawing, and maybe I'll make this into a sticker one day. But this thing is swatting flies, probably wants to eat the flies. That's a closed group of daylily flowers, and then when they open up, you can see their tongues and their teeth and stuff. That's an open mouth there. And there's another fly there, of course. Oh my gosh, is right there. Not too much detail on the fly, but this worm, look at that worm. That's probably your guys' favorite part. I really like that worm. He is scared to death because worms should not be held up in the air by the roots of a daylily, that's for sure. His little worm friend is saying that I'll save you. These colors and stuff are better in person, I think. But anyways, I might add some details to this dirt because it's kind of very 2D. Also, you've got some dead fish skeletons there with their little tongue sticking out. And then this one right here, I told you guys that I would show you up close or whatnot. It looks a little bit weird, but it looks better in person, trust me. That thing is drooling and it is sleeping. You can also see the three little roots. There are three different colors. They're coming down through into this little pocket underground where he is sleeping, and he is out cold, bro. He is underneath the dirt, and there's not really a transition where the roots meet the greenery or whatnot, but all in all, it's a pretty good drawing. Not spectacular. Go watch my other videos, definitely, because the other one's a little bit more well made, I think. Also, I am using Procreate. You can see all the different layers. Every time I draw something new, for the most part, a new flower, new set of leaves, new roots or whatnot, any new colors or anything that I might regret drawing, then I will add in a layer. I can also make these fish. I can move them. I can make them bigger, smaller, move them around, completely delete them without having to erase the whole thing. So that is a very good art tip right there. But if you guys want to see more like this, then let me know, comment, like, or subscribe or whatnot. This is a daylily drawing. I don't draw too much in here in Procreate, but I'm trying to get a little bit better at it. This drawing was very smooth. It only took like a couple hours and I was done. It only took a few seconds to have my sketch, actually, and I am very surprised that it took me a few seconds, which means I probably should make another better video where I'm actually like sketching and maybe even showing myself sketching out the design. So that is a daylily gone crazy.